Hey there, fellow marketers. Professor Wolters here, and today we're in the Grand Tetons National Park in Wyoming. And today what I want to talk about is some more brand strategy development. I want to look at some of the more fixed things about our brand, whether you're looking at your brand vision or your brand promise, but also look at some of the flexible parts of your brand that you need to adjust, like your brand delivery and your brand positioning, okay? And so when we look at the things that are kind of really fixed in our business, really fixed in our brand, we have our brand vision, okay? This is what we want our brand to be known for. Whether we're making cars or motorcycles or t-shirts, there's going to be a theme, right, of what our brand is all about, okay? And so I know for me, my travel channel, Wolters World, if those of you don't know, I do a travel video stuff, and our whole thing, our whole mission there, our whole brand vision is to be a source of fun travel advice without the BS. I mean, there's none of this, oh, this is the greatest place ever because they gave me 20 bucks. No, we want to give you the real deal when we travel, and that's what it's about. So it doesn't matter if we're on Twitter, it doesn't matter if we're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, in-person conferences. Our brand vision is about honest travel advice without the BS, okay? And so that really is a fixed thing that's going to be a part of everything we do, right? And the thing is that's something that's internal. That's something that I can control. We can control in our company. We can control that brand vision, and it's for us. Now, the thing is, how does that kind of fixed brand vision translate to the external world? How do we show them those things? And in the external world, that kind of fixed part of your brand, those are your brand promises, okay? What is our commitment to our customers? What are we going to deliver? If you think about it, when you go to McDonald's, their brand promise is to get you fast food, quickly. It's going to taste the same. It's going to be standardized. They deliver that. So it doesn't matter if you're here in Wyoming or you're in China or wherever, you know what that Big Mac's going to taste like. It's going to be consistently delivered, that brand promise, okay? And so we have to think about that. These are things that we're really going to do, and it's going to be fixed, and it's not going to change. Now, there are things that do change with our brand, okay? So if we look at some of the variable nature, like within our company, we might look at our brand delivery. And here we look at how are we really going to fulfill our commitment, and what actions are we going to take to make sure our brand stays on brand. And the thing is, these things might change over time. For us, some of the things that we really focus on with our travel videos is, look, we only make travel videos when we're at a place. So yes, there will be a Grand Teton, don'ts of Grand Tetons and a don'ts of Jackson, Wyoming, because we're here. We know that, look, to consistently, for us, we need to make sure we're delivering our brand promise, and our brand delivery has to go along with that. So we got to film on location. We have to actually be there, okay? We have to actually experience it, not just record it in front of our computer at home. But also our brand delivery is also trying to be honest and helpful with our travels. So we don't kowtow to the trolls. We try to help people no matter what it is. So part of our delivery is we do set time, each week, or actually each day, to actually answer questions people send us and answer comments and tweets and things like that, to kind of make sure we're delivering on that brand promise. And the thing is, this brand delivery can vary, because sometimes making helpful travel videos is showing people what you should do when you go to the Grand Tetons. Other times, during the COVID crisis and the coronavirus crisis, we had to make videos of, hey, how to do a staycation, how to stay sane when you're at home. We delivered our brand, we stayed on brand, but our brand delivery was different in that situation. That's why this internal brand delivery is variable, because it will change sometimes depending on the situation. And then if you look out on the outside, the external side of things, you have your brand positioning and how we position our brand. How do we want to be perceived by our customers? Now, this obviously can be variable, because if you look at things like Toyota, look at how their brand position has changed over the years. I mean, in the 70s, they were not a really good car. They were a cheap car. The 80s, they changed their brand position to be a reliable car. And now in the 2020s, you're like, oh, they're a pretty reliable car. They're a legit car. You got a Toyota, you're fine. I mean, that brand position has really changed. And so we really have to put in there, how do we want to be perceived to our customers, but also in relation to our competitors. And so that's why you'll see is some companies, like restaurants, they'll change their focus. It used to be like McDonald's, their brand position was all about making kids happy and the great American meal. And now it's kind of changed. So it's more of your standard fare, and you know what you're going to get. And we're trying to try new things like, oh, we're going to have spicy McNuggets coming out. So they're trying to change some stuff, change their positioning, because sometimes you see our brand positioning isn't working right now. We need to do something different, okay? And so what I want to really talk about with this is just when you're developing your brand strategy, just realize there's a lot of different things you have to think about, and some of it you really want to make sure it's really fixed. you know, your brand vision and your brand promises, these things got to stick. Okay, I mean, maybe over time you can change it, but these are long-term stuff. But there's also the variable side of things, how your brand delivery changes for you internally, but also how your brand positioning may change just due to the circumstances that are out there. Okay, so I hope this helps you have a better understanding of the different parts of brand development, and I do wish you all the best. And honestly, if you ever come out to the Grand Tetons National Park, it is well worth it. It is gorgeous here. Anyway, I'll say bye from here in Wyoming.